What beautiful hair you have. Okay? So they're kind of making a joke about this man because he hardly has any hair. No, so pale is for skin, okay? Pale skin, Sergi. Okay, that's for skin, pale skinned. She's half pulled. And bold means brave, kind of when you're bold, you're brave. But the word is bald, spelt with an A. Okay, bald. So he's bald. Okay? And when you go bald when you're really young, like usually you go bald when you're in your 50s, but this man may not be in his 50s, so then we say he's prematurely bald. This means you go bald in your some people are bald in their teens, you know, and are in their 20s. So that's prematurely bald. Okay? Now, you'll see that he has a beard, but men shave, right? They shave. So his head may be shaved. Okay? He has a shaved head. And this is really in style now, okay? You know the actor Bruce Willis. He's been shaving his hair forever, okay? Because he was prematurely bald. So he thought, well, I might as well shave my head and make it a style, and it worked, okay? And he's been bald ever since. I don't know how much hair he has now that he's older. Maybe he has none, but he shaved his head, okay? So, and that's quite a style right now. That's for men who go prematurely bald. They like to shave their head. And so here's a man who's bald, and he's just shaved his head really short, you know, so he hasn't shaved his head bald, okay? He's just shaved his head, okay? So there's a difference. It's just really short, okay? Okay, good. So let's look at hair, more things to describe your hair. So you can have dark hair, or you can have fair hair, or light hair, light colored hair. Blonde with an E, I like to spell it with an E. You can have brown hair, or chestnut brown is kind of a little bit of a reddish brown, a little bit, just a touch of red. Or sometimes we say mousy brown, and this is kind of an insult. But you know when it's just kind of that dull brown, it's not a great brown color, it's just kind of a dull, looks like maybe the color of a mouse or something, so we call it mousy brown, okay? So when we have black hair, red hair, gray is, you can spell gray either way, okay? It doesn't matter. It's spelled both ways. Not sure why, it just is. Auburn hair, does anybody know what auburn hair is? Auburn hair is red hair, but does anybody, it's actually reddish brown, okay? Auburn hair. So it looks red, but it's got some brown in it, you know? So it's reddish brown is auburn hair. You might also, does anybody know what ginger is? Ginger colored hair. We don't, this is more British, they'll call it ginger. We don't use this in America, but you might hear it British. Ginger is sort of an orange color. You know, you don't want to say somebody has orange hair, so you're going to call it ginger, okay? And okay, and golden hair, this is more British as well. We never usually call it golden, okay? We just say they're blonde. Sometimes we say golden blonde, which is kind of what mine is, you know? It's that really kind of shiny blonde, you know, whereas the blonde can be more of a yellowish color, you know, or it can be a golden blonde. It's really shiny blonde. Okay? Okay, good. So lots of ways to describe your hair. Okay? And guess what? We're still not finished. So now we have the length of your hair. Okay? So we have medium length, which is, I'd say, to your shoulder length. Medium length and shoulder length would be kind of the same, except on a man, okay, then medium length is just kind of in between. And then you have long hair. Short hair is short, short, above your shoulder. Or on a man, a short hair would be really short. And waist length hair goes down to your waist. Okay, that's super long hair right down to your waist. Okay, and we have straight hair, which is my hair is straight, a really good example of straight hair. Okay, straight hair, no curls. Thick hair, where it's really thick, and we can also call this bushy. If it's kind of messy, it's bushy. And I'll tell you some other part of your hair that can be bushy, and that's your eyebrows. Okay, and quite a few people have what we call bushy eyebrows. So your eyebrows are right here, right above your eyes. And you know how some people they're really thick and it's long? Those are bushy eyebrows. Okay, another way to describe your hair on your facial hair. And then, of course, you have curly hair, and this girl's hair is very curly. It means those curls are really tight. Wavy is just kind of like how my fringes. It's just got one wave. So waves are kind of just like this, just like the ocean. But curly is really tight curls, those round little ones, okay? And then there's wavy. Now there's a thing that girls do to their hair, and they do it, I noticed it in Russia, where you take 3 parts of your hair and then you go one inside the other. And you do this thing and it comes out all in a big long thing and it's all put together and it comes out neat looking. I didn't do it. But that's called a braid. Okay? So a braid. And if you have lots of them, then you have braided hair. Okay? Braided hair. Where you take the 3 bits and you wrap them around. Now, if you take your hair behind your head, you can say your hair is pulled back. I'm teaching you more than in the lesson, so you learn lots. Okay, pulled back. Your hair is pulled back, and if it's you put it together like this you tie it together there. This is called a ponytail, because a pony has a tail that looks like that. A pony is like a little horse, and it's called a ponytail. Okay, so now you know what that's called as well, a ponytail. Okay, and sometimes men wear their hair in a ponytail as well if they have long hair. My son does. He has long hair and he wears a ponytail. And it can be considered quite stylish. So you can have smooth hair. It's kind of straight hair. But if it's super straight and it feels soft as well, then it's smooth, okay? So it's soft and smooth are kind of together, okay? And then you have thick hair, you have thin hair. My hair is very thin. You have dull hair, and you have shiny hair, okay? So, and you know what shiny is. And we had a shiny apple before. That would have been a good way to describe that apple. It was a shiny apple.